In the intro.
It's time to rock and roll, let your presence grow. We're dialing up the energy, giving it our all. Get ready for the ride, we're about to make the call. Get down, PC, it's time to take the stage. Unlock your potential, let the world engage. Get down, PC, we're breaking through the noise. With every rhythm, we'll rise and rejoice. Get down, PC, it's time to take the stage. Unlock your potential.
Ta-da!
Boom! Booyah!
Monday morning following the U.S. Easter holiday. I know that I'm a little full still.
I tell you, I know I am.
And lots of leftovers in the fridge too. So we'll just continue that on. Happy Monday. Welcome to yet another episode of Get Found.
And be seen.
Woo! Today, we're going to be talking about why you shouldn't use AI to write your book. Nope. Everybody wants to just plop that in there and let it spit stuff out and call it a book.
Very interesting. So you're saying we shouldn't just do that?
Nope. We shouldn't just ask ChatGPT or any other AI tool to just hand us a book based on this topic. Got a little bit more involved than that. You and I have been through that process before of formulating that book. And there's more to it than simply letting your assistant do it for you.
Right.
But of course, we do want to use the tools at hand. So perhaps instead of just using the AI point blank, we should be using a system that was already there to write our book and let it be enhanced and powered by AI. So that way we're not just asking AI to hand us something willy-nilly, because that's what everybody is going to be doing.
Right.
Or on the other side of the pendulum swing, we'll have to point out there's the people who are like, don't touch AI. Now, I didn't say that. I was just meant, don't just hand it over and let it give you stuff. Because, yeah, maybe it sounds good. Maybe it sounds eloquent. Maybe it sounds better than what you would have done in the same amount of time, which in my case is guaranteed it'll be better. But it's not better than the average anymore. The AI has brought the bar up, the average bar up, not the how good everything is bar. Brought the average bar up. How good stuff is still how good stuff is. That didn't change. So now everybody's just closer to as good as it can get. Because eventually, I mean, we're using words. At some point, it's as good as it can get. Not that that stays that way because it's constantly changing, but there's a finite thing involved. So the better our tools get at getting there means that everybody is there.
Right.
So how do you stand out?
Stand out. Get that edge, the extra edge. That's a good question.
How do you stand out, Carl?
In what way?
When you are utilizing the tool of AI, to create something, because creating a book is something similar to creating a blog post or creating a sales page or creating some
Right.
sort of text.
Right. Or even a video. Yeah. I think one of the key things for me is making sure I can be myself. What's communicated is me. It comes from my creativity, my ingenuity, my soul. I don't mind getting the extra help. Like for running my business, I've even had physical assistants helping me. You mentioned assistants earlier. Speaking about the AI, I don't mind using AI, but if I'm only focusing on that and I'm not using my creativity and I'm being lazy with it and I'm not paying attention to communicating my voice and my brand, that's an issue for me. And people will never get the true me. So I try to make it a point to make sure that I can offer what I have to the world, which is myself, which is this. And that's the thing that no one else can bring besides me, my soul, my creativity, myself. And so to partner up with AI to help me to do that, it's a plus. But I have to put in the work.
Your unique angle and perspective.
Right.
When you say it like that, it's pretty simple. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Right.
And I like your mention of the physical assistance, because before electricity, writers of books oftentimes employed or apprenticed other writers.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't rely on those writers to write their stuff for them. They were instructing them. And I suppose you could carry that further and say, well, if you are interested in apprenticeship and you would like to instruct the AI to eventually write like you, there's avenues to do that. But as a business solopreneur, I don't have time to do that, nor do I want to, because my writing style is already evolved.
Right.
And so if I have evolved, then I would need to reteach my assistants, whether they're AI or not. So I think that it's still a better system to have tools in place that you take the heavy work and say, here, churn this up and give me back something that's less difficult to work with. Then now I can work on it. I didn't waste a whole bunch of energy, churning through these things in the grater to get it all massaged out, get all the little bits out that you don't want.
Right. Very true. And like I mentioned, it does take some work. It does take some brain work because I think for a lot of us, we like to say just, I plugged it in, poop, and that's it. Let me go relax now. No, but the thing, and I that's what I love about what you do, Monty. You think critically through it, and it's different processes too, and it's a numerous amount of times too, which is it's a great thing actually. So, but I think the average person would want to just go, I'll just click a button. I'll be back later today.
Well, especially when it gives you the instant gratification.
Right.
Now, not to veer too far, but this is still a little bit on topic. I read a post about how a guy was working with his AI assistant, and it was telling him how awesome his idea was and how brilliant he was. And he started, second guessing that. And so then he started running his idea past humans and past other analyses and finding out that it really wasn't that great of an idea. See, AI isn't necessarily trying to give you the best answer. Sometimes AI is merely trying to give you the answer you like best. So let me repeat that, because that's a very distinction to be redundantly redundant, because all I did is switch the words around. AI isn't trying to give you the answer that's best. It wants to give you the answer you like best. So I guess it's not so much switching around, just adding in that you like the best.
Right.
And when you're teaching it, it's learning that.
Right.
So there's another nuance to the teaching AI to be like you or think like you. You start doing that, and then is it you? Is it your ideas? Or is it AI going out and doing more research than you possibly could have and throwing things at you that you wouldn't possibly have thought of? Now, on one hand, you're like, oh, great, I wouldn't have thought of that. But then again, if you just follow that and follow that and follow that, is that still you?
Right.
Woo, getting deep in there. So let's back up. Let's back up. Before AI, there were proven systems. There were book writing systems out there. Now, I'm sure there must be more than one. I haven't really searched too hard because I found one that works so well that I didn't need to search any further. But to get a system that was in place that then invests and says, hey, how do we make the system work better by giving the hard stuff to AI? We already tried to give, make the system do the harder stuff for the humans and make it easier for the humans. But now, that's like, here, have some axes. Now go chop wood. All right. Now I got a 40 horsepower Husqvarna 30-inch blade chainsaw.
I like that.
But you gotta be careful because you can cut your leg off.
Don't cut your leg off or your arm. I like the motor though.
Right. So maybe AI isn't going to chop your leg off, but it's a big, powerful tool and it can easily be abused. So there's if you just get a system that was already there, that is already figured out, let me just plug this in and enhance it and amplify it and make it easier for the human, but not take away the human's view, perspective, and context.
Right.
So that ties it back together, what you were talking about, how you make any content your content and still use AI to help you. Or there's VAs. You don't have to use AI. You could hire a human to do it, but they'll probably use AI when you're not looking.
Most likely. That's true. Keep it real. That's true.
So then you got to have the whole apprentice thing. Keep them right in there so they don't have access to a computer. They're doing it in their own brain. Or it's like, no, that we want things done quick. That's where we are in our society, is instant gratification. Even though instant gratification is no longer necessarily getting it right in our hands instantly. It's been ordered, it's shipped. I know it's on its way. There's the instant gratification.
Right. So true. I like the direction things are going. I was saying I like the directions the way I like what you were saying, and I like the direction that things are going. But it's at the end of the day, it's important to have your fingers to the pulse on what's, the tool that you're using, where it's going, to make sure that your voice is in there. It can be heard, and that does take you keeping your finger to the pulse.
Yep.
No way getting around it.
That's a really good analogy in this situation when we're talking about human and AI and soul,
Right.
Yeah, so let's see. A thought came to me there when you were speaking, but I was listening, so I didn't really latch onto my thought. But it's be wary. Allow AI to enhance what you're doing, not replace it.
Ooh. Solid.
And you can look across the board and all these jobs that are being replaced by robots and AI and that sort of thing. But as a solopreneur, be wary that you're not willingly, even if it's not quite knowingly, but willingly giving away yourself and allowing yourself to be replaced by the AI. There's that, hey, the AI has great ideas. Let me go with that. Let me go with that. Let me go with that. How many times until it's not you anymore?
Right.
Not to mention, do you want your doctor to use AI that way?
I know I don't. Shoot.
Not me.
Or my dentist.
no, any healthcare provider, my psychiatrist for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be real. That's a scary thought. They have them already, but AI therapists.
Did not know.
I don't know. That's that. In some circumstances, but I still think that humans need to be more involved.
Right.
Just a straight on AI helper like in the sci-fi movies, I think is potentially very unhealthy.
Right.
Especially when they're programmed to say what you want to hear.
Right. Yeah, no thanks. I need that human with instinct in the gut. And if they feel something's wrong, they can communicate to me, and I can do the same to know if I need to get a second opinion.
Yep. So the system. Let's wrap back around again and talk about proven systems that already existed beforehand. And we'll just go ahead and reveal it. Actually, before I reveal that, if you're going to get more good stuff like what I'm going to reveal here, and what I'm going to reveal here is going to continue on and expand, but just wait, I got to go over here first. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. On the fly. Here we go. On the fly. Add that in and scroll that across the screen. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Join Monte. Look at that. Joinmonte.com. That's where I am going to be elaborating on this system and the book writing process and the Write Your Book Challenge that is coming up here from copyandcontent.ai. There it is, the proven system. The proven system. Bang. Proven track record before AI. Oh, I want to go this way. But I'd be looking the wrong way then because it's on this screen over here. I tell you, technology is so much fun. Here, let's do this then. Ta-da! Before the buzz surrounding artificial intelligence took off, Copy and Content AI, originally known as Content Marketing Scripts, had already established itself as a reliable resource for crafting impressive sales copy. Its foundation lies in a structured system that has empowered countless solopreneurs to generate engaging content effectively and efficiently. This rich history lends credibility, showing everyone that they are not merely playing with the latest tech gimmick, but are backed by a tried and true system. So there you go. That's Copy and Content in a nutshell, but it's not just copy and content. It's a book. Write Your Book. They had the 7-day ebook before AI. And now that there's AI, there's the Write Your Book program, challenge, sprint. I'm not sure what they're naming it this time, but it's coming out.
I think it's challenge, yeah.
So there's that. Join Monte. You want to find out more about that and follow along with me. I've been through the previous processes, and now I'm looking forward to going through the new process because it's going to be enhanced.
Yes. And I was going to ask you, what do you look forward to the most? But I have a sense that might be what you just said, but curious.
Well, I'm always excited about the latest and greatest additions. I think, though, that what I'm excited about the most is that it is a done with you group effort and you're not alone. That was big for me on the very first one and still big on the second and third one that I did too. So
Yeah.
That's and this time when it was revealed that there was going to be, Jim was bringing in an extra coach and going to have the done with you environment, was like, oh, I got to be part of that.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I look forward to what's going to be new on it. But just, the camaraderie in the community are so huge, and like literally people are literally spurring you on. Not like, hey, great job, pat on the back, but like we are literally trying to get to the finish line, helping each other to get to the finish line.
Right. And the feedback.
The feedback, yes. Yes.
It's not, like you said, it's not just, oh yeah, good job. It's like, oh, hey, this part is amazing. I love this. I can't wait, or call you out. Hey, this is hard to read. This sounds weird when I say it out loud.
Right.
And it's honest critique. It's not your stuff sounds weird. No, it's, hey, it's good, but this one spot I'm tripping on, you might want to take a double look at that. It's like, oh,
right.
Thank you. Sometimes it's hard to get someone else to read it. You hand it to your friend or your spouse, and they're like, it's great. Or if perhaps you have that friend or spouse that's better at critiquing, and then you get back the school report with all the red marks and everything and a big F on it. But
yep.
We don't have that in the community. It's much friendlier than that.
Friendlier, yeah. Friendly and productive. I find that's productive and helpful, as opposed to your stuff sucks. To get that help, and people follow up and check in with you too, which is cool. Yeah. It's great energy. I love it. I can't wait. My wife is gonna do it too, actually.
Excellent.
So, yeah. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, that's and another thing about the challenge is it's got live and it's got replays.
Right.
But if you're in the time zone like me, where maybe that time frame doesn't work for you, and maybe replays are okay, but you got that extra question, you really like to have a little extra community, there's the Join Monte, joinmonte.com. That's where I'm going to be with all my buddies. We're all going to be writing books. Bunch of us. You're in there. A bunch of our friends are in there. It's available to anybody. You don't have to be a member of Copy and Content. And you can be a member of Copy and Content. It's Copy and Content Secrets. So if you're a Copy and Content.ai member and you want to hang out with me a little bit more, jump into Copy and Content Secrets Facebook group. How do you find it? joinmonte.com. There we go.
That's pretty quick, Monty.
That time I had it on the fly.
On the fly.
Now, if you're a little bit shy and jumping into yet another group seems daunting, do you have any advice for someone in that category there, Carl?
A little bit shy. They feel shy about jumping into a group.
Yeah, and communicating with people face to face.
Face to face or on camera.
On camera. Zoom to Zoom.
Oh, I see where you're going. Oh, I love it. Yes, absolutely. It's not easy. I got with the student earlier today. It's just about confidently communicating. He was trying to do it physically, and it's not an easy thing. It's about making connection, but it's doable for everyone. For everyone. So I'm your dude. I'm your guy. Check it out. Check out carlaleen.com. Would love to help you to gain confidence and level up in your confidence so you can be part of groups like Monty's group and have a blast and know your value so that you can contribute. Contributions
and be more than just part of the group, because that's what I'm trying to speak to, is those people that are part of the group, but they're too shy to actually jump into those Zoom calls and live things, and even when they do that,
Conversation.
they turn their camera off and they don't ask any
Right.
questions, and that's great.
Right.
Don't want to force it. You're still welcome to do that wherever.
Right. Yeah.
Just
And for some people, it's
if you'd
gradual
like to,
steps.
if you'd like to advance further than that, say,
Right.
I would love to. I just don't know how. I don't know where to start. I'm too
Right.
shy.
Right. And like I said, anybody can do it. It's about taking gradual steps. Some people, they want to take leaps. You don't have to take leaps. You can take gradual steps, and I can help you get there. Yes, indeed.
Well, let's wrap this up. Keep it simple. Keeping it simple. I think my statement about use AI to enhance your work or to enhance you. Don't let it
Right.
replace you.
That's perfect. Let it enhance you. Don't let it replace you. Whew, that's good.
And we'll end on that. See you next week.
No balloons this time.
No balloons.